Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Kent. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Time again for another knife of the day. As I record this, it's tax day, April 17th. Tax day is not a pretty day for me. It's not one of those days some of you might have where you go, how big is my refund? I know I'm paying it. It's painful. Anyway, I'm recording this in 2018. This is the knife of the day. The knife of the day, I go through my collection one knife at a time, one day at a time. We have a whole bunch of Chris Reeve knives to continue. We have a few more Brous blades. But lately I've been going through my Pelican cases. I have 4 Pelican cases, 3 1550s, 1 1600. And I've been picking out some of my one-offs. Yesterday really wasn't a one-off, it was 2 offs. It was ZT knives, 04050s, the carbon fiber and the titanium, and that was my only ZT knives. Those were it, but I love them a lot. Well, look at my only Boker. This is Boker Plus. I don't even know what Boker Plus means, but this is one of those knives I fell in love with from the beginning, and that's the Boker Quaken. Now remember, it wasn't a flipper, and I was watching a lot of YouTube. I still watch a lot of YouTube knife things, and everyone had their Boker, and it was Thai, and then they start playing with it. You know, some people cut away the front scales and kind of made a flipper out of a non-flipper knife. All of that. And for some reason, this knife spoke to me. For some weird reason. From 3.5 years ago when I started collecting to today. And I saw this on Blade HQ a year or so ago. And I had to have it. Because Boker, smart. They started seeing everyone pimping their knife and how successful it was. They came out finally with a Quaken flipper. Lucas Burnley's Quaken design. And then they had it in carbon fiber. So now you have me. You had me at carbon fiber. You had me at Quaken. And now this is the only Boker, the only one that I have in my collection. I'll tell you, I've seen every Quaken. I've seen Todd Begg, and I have a couple of his knives, customs, do his Quaken, and I drool over it. Even his Mid-Tech Quaken. I've seen everything. And then I really went crazy about a week and a half ago. You guys know I'm a Brous blades fanatic. Most of his older Brous blades. I only bought one newer one, and I haven't showed that to you yet, that I really love. That was me. This thing flips like crazy. And now he showed a prototype of a Quaken, a Brous blades Quaken. I'm buying that. I'm just telling you. It was on Instagram. One thing I said was, when? That's what I responded to him going, when? He got back to me. He said probably around the summer or so. I can't wait. Can't wait for that. But this is my only one. Sometimes you guys, someone who watches says, okay, I know you love Spydercos. I love this. What about Bokers? What about ZT? Well, this is the only Boker. So it's the Lucas Burnley design Quaken. I really love it. There's also a mini. I know Blade HQ was selling a mini. I haven't bought it, but boy, I'll tell you, every time I see it, my mouth waters. But for some reason, this seemed, and I love smaller knives. This is not a smaller knife. I might at some point pick it up. So let's talk about this knife. By the way, I was just on Blade HQ. Again, this is August 17th, 2018. And they had this knife, carbon fiber. These scales are wonderful, by the way. With a acid stonewash blade. And it was for $100. but they said as is, so I don't know what that means. I didn't read it. Stay on it. It's probably secondhand, but you might want to check that out if you're looking for a bargain and if you like this kind of knife. So let's talk about it. I'm going to go through it like I usually do, but let me just say the thinness of this thing is unfreaking believable. I'm going to compare it to a Sebenza and also the Para 2, the Paramilitary 2, but look how thin this thing is. I'm going to tell you guys a pet peeve, and usually I don't do that, but on videos where people go, and it's millimeters of, I don't have that tool. Put it against a knife. But you can see how thin it is? And it feels substantial, too. It's not like light and cheap feeling. Anyway, so the Kwaiken, let's talk about it. The Kwaiken flipper with the carbon fiber. So, first of all, I say it flips well. It's on IKBS bearings. So the pivot is IKBS, so it flips like a dream. It has a liner lock, and it's smooth and centered and beautiful. I also love just how everything is flush. I'm sorry. It is just well made. In the pocket, it just slides to the side like it's nothing. VG10 steel on this hollow ground blade. Of course, VG10 steel, just a perfect everyday carry kind of steel. I love VG10. Of course, now there's like a million other special super steels, but VG10 really holds up. Really nice. 3.5 inches. That's what it is. You have like on top, you can see the spine and how it's patterned out, but just sharp, super sharp right out of the box. 3.5 inches, hollow ground, super thin, wonderful EDC knife. And the weight is 4.3 ounces. 4.3 ounces. So it's not this light, cheap thing. It has full stainless steel liners. It has a little back spacer. I don't know what that is. Probably titanium. Or carbon fiber. Probably carbon fiber. I don't know what the back spacer is. But the liners are wonderful. Man, this liner lock is smooth. Now you keep seeing it pop up. It's because it falls so smooth, but the detent is wonderful. It snaps out there. It's not the detent, it's just that it's so freaking smooth. Like I said, not cheap carbon fiber either. Just so well done. The clip, nothing to write home about. It's only right hand tip up, but man, it carries it nice. It operates fine. I think, if it had a fancy smancy clip, it would really be super. This does a lot for me. Is it a gentleman's folder? No, it's a Kwaiken. It's big, but it's so thin, neat. With this carbon fiber, I tell you, I get the same vibes as I do with a really good gentleman's folder. I know this does not meet that description, so don't in the commentary tell me how crazy I am, but I'm just telling you the vibes that I'm getting. Just really a nice, talk about an everyday carry, a real nice knife. Yeah, I'm talking about a Boker. The other Bokers never speak to me. This sucker has spoken to me since I started collecting. It just took them a while. I'm not a huge person to modify knives and stuff. I respect people who do, but I don't do it. It took a while before Boker said, hey, everyone's even making up flippers. Why don't we do a flipper? Which I love. And then carbon fiber. Oh, you had me when you said Kwaiken. You really had me when you said a Quaking flipper. And then you put carbon fiber on it. There it is with the Paramilitary 2 and a Sebenza 25, just to give you the size. But not only look, I try as much as I can to line up the blades, but not just the blades. Look at the body. Look how thin it is. And again, it flips on IKBS. Okay? It flips like crazy. There you have it. My knife of the day. It's a shocker to me. I didn't even, it's been in my Pelican case and I hadn't pulled it out in a while. And yesterday, I was kind of frustrated from work and I end up going through my cases thinking, what am I going to talk about? And I'm flipping this thing. I pulled it out and put it on a messy desk full of knives. And then I started playing with this thing. And I'll tell you, it was time to go to bed. I still realized I had this thing in my hands. Just a real nice knife. You know what I mean when I say a knife that can help you with EDC, but man, oh man, it's also one of those that you can play with as you watch TV. You guys have a perfect day. That's it for me. I'll see you tomorrow. This is the knife of the day. If you're watching this in the future, and most of you will be, go check out the playlist on my channel, Keith Kevin Ken. This channel right here. I have a bunch of playlists. Man, I've done close to 900 videos. But you'll see a whole bunch of knives. That's the important part. Forget the bad talent behind the microphone. Okay, it's YouTube, man. If I was good talent, I'd be getting paid, okay? But a lot of knives to play with, to look at. And I make videos for guys who buy knives. This is how I watch the videos. Knives that I wanted, to learn that these knives exist, and also after I order a knife to watch it over and over until I had it in my possession. By the way, I also do Spyderco's. I know I always talk, but it's after I do all the knife stuff, so you guys can cut me off. New Spyderco's coming. Oh, there's some special Spyderco's in this batch. I don't know, maybe beginning of next week I might have it. It depends. But there's some special Spyderco's, brand new Spyderco's that are coming your way. You guys have a perfect day. Take good care of yourselves. Hopefully I'll survive tax day. You know, two sure things, right? Death and taxes. Thank God I'm only dealing with taxes, huh? That's the glass half full way of looking at it. You guys have a perfect one. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.